Hey there, it's Kimberly here with Knit for Brains, and welcome to this week's podcast. We got so much to talk about. Granny Squares, Project Welcome Home, and what's with the chickens? So stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. If you have just joined us, welcome. I am so glad that you're here. We have so much fun. We do tutorials, we do unboxings and reviews and surprise unboxings. We're actually doing a charity right now. I've got two going on, but the big one is the one that I personally have started, which we'll talk about that. We talk about knitting and crochet, probably more crochet than knit, and we just have fun. So welcome. My name is Kimberly, and this is Knit for Brains. All right, so a lot of stuff happening. This is just hot lemon water and a little bit of chia seeds, actually. You guys know about the benefits of chia seeds? Oh my gosh. So many things are just popping up in my newsfeed lately. Chia seeds, apparently, huge benefit for digestion and weight loss and skin. Like if you notice my skin's looking good, it's not all the expensive cosmetic products. It's not even a facelift. It's the chia seeds. Just saying. The other thing that was popping up in my newsfeed, and I was like, I can't believe I'm doing this. But why it's popping up in my newsfeed? Do you ever see something, maybe you Google it, next thing you know, boom, it is like all over the place. Every time you open up your phone, there's ads, there's this, it's all over the place, right? Freaks me out just a little bit. It's like, really? Big Brother is watching all that much? So started noticing these emotional support chickens. Emotional support chickens, people, come on. And I was like, actually that pattern's kind of cute. I'm not really being into amigurumi. I'm expanding. I'm trying to do more with amigurumi. So it's a big chicken. I even went as far to look at the pattern one day and I was like, that's kind of cute. And they get the whole kit and stuff. And I was like, you could buy the pattern on its own. You could buy the kit. It's like, I got enough yarn. It's a scrap kind of project. And then, I wandered off and did something else. But I'll be doggone if it didn't just come flying back in. Jennifer over at Cinnamon Stitches the other day, she's like, what is up with the chickens? Now, she actually has 2 chickens. Somebody gave to her. She didn't make them, although I think she's going to make them. And then in my newsfeed pops up Zelda in RJ3. Love her, by the way. And she's actually in Los Angeles, and she did the LA Yarn Crawl, which, hello, I wish I'd known about it because I would have been there. Anyways, what does she have? A support chicken. She buys one of the kits at the LA Yarn Crawl, and I was like, okay. The universe is telling me that I need some chicken in my life. So, what do? About the pattern, y'all. This pattern comes from the Knitting Tree LA, which I am not aware of them. I live in San Diego predominantly, but I go up to LA quite a bit. My son lives up there. These are the chickens. Now they have a knitting pattern and a crochet pattern. Of course, I bought both. You're welcome. Knitting Tree of LA, I'm supporting you. So yeah, I decided to make the emotional support chicken. The names are adorable. And I just got all of this great yarn from WeCrochet. I'm only using bargain yarn. But I got this stuff from WeCrochet, which was, I thought, well, that's actually kind of a cute color for a chicken. And then I've got this color for the accent, because there's different, if you look at him, she has got some different accents going on. And then some of them are like this guy that's got all different colors going on. And the Brit was like, why? Why must we have a chicken in the house? Why? And I was like, because you won't let me have any live chickens, no real chickens. So if I can't have a real chicken, I'm going to have an emotional support chicken. Anywho, so I started this guy over the weekend, and I was binge watching some Bridgerton. It's okay. It was all right, Anyways, so this guy. Well, I went to Joann's on Friday because they were having a big sale, and I needed to get some more yarn for the granny squares to finish off one of the blankets. And I saw this stuff, and I was like, I don't know, man. The color just drew me in. It was sort of like Rastafarian meets Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I don't know. But I was like, now, how can you not be happy with a color like this? So I went and I got myself, well, they were 2 skeins for $5, which I thought was a pretty good deal. So I got the last 3 of this color. Y'all don't hate me because I bought the last 3. I just, you know, but then I had to get the matching, you know, because it was 2 for $5. I was like, okay. So I got this stuff, which I thought would be a good accent color. So you're going to be seeing a chicken come up in this color, and maybe this will be his crest. Maybe this will be the stripes, but I think the chicken needs to be the main color here. This, by the way, so it's Big Twist. It's an anti-pilling acrylic 100%, and the color is called Exclusivity. Now, I love it even more because, yes, it's a rainbow color. I love this color. I don't even know who makes, oh, I was like, who makes Big Twist? It says JAS. Well, wouldn't you, hello, Joann Stores. It's Joann's home brand, duh. But I like, it's actually really soft. It is super duper soft. Anyways, and then they had this color, which I was like, that's cute too. And that actually will tie in with the chicken color. And this color is called Spirit. So $2 or 2 for $5. So I got 4 of this brand, this one here. Oh, isn't that weird? This doesn't, oh, there it is. I was like, this doesn't have any of that white going on in there. It's all buried in there. Anywho, I'm like, I'm going to be making some emotional support chickens. I don't know, as if I don't already have enough going on, right? This is going to be one of my new whips. I finished the sweater for my girlfriend who moved up to Santa Cruz, and I finished the blanket, and she loved it, and she texted me a picture, and she's all like nice and cozy and warm. That made me feel very good. Finished that, and I was like, well, I need some, you know, whip projects, because I got a shirt I'm making for my son, but I know I have until Christmas to make that. So that kind of went a little bit on the back burner. But now I got all these like granny squares that y'all are sending me for the Project Welcome Home. So I kind of like, I do a couple of those, and then I do a little on this over here, and so I try to work on like 3 whips at a time or at night. I'm like, I'm going to do this one until 2 o'clock. I'm going to work on this whip from 2 to 5. Do you guys do that? Do you like parcel it out, or do you just like blow through one at a time? Comment below and let me know what you do. Because I'm not, I guess I don't know if I'm comfortable having a bunch of whips. That makes my brain kind of squirrely a little bit, but, you know, but I'm trying. But if I know I have a deadline, I'm working in that direction. So I'm working on the granny squares that y'all are sending. Bless you. Bless you, by the way. We've got some packages we're opening today from the granny squares. The guy at the U.S. at the postal annex, I don't really think he knows what to do. Because, I mean, I only did it like a couple weeks ago, and he's like, you got more packages, you got more packages. I'm like, okay, all right. He's like, what are in these things? I'm like, granny squares, love. They're packaged with love. That's what it is. So, okay. What else am I working on? Before I jump into all the warm, fuzzy stuff, let me show you what else I'm working on besides the chicken. So, the Brit, y'all know the Brit. I mean, he actually is starting his own following now with, let's get rid of this stuff. Let's just get out of the way. Just move it out of the way. I got more, I need more yarn. I need more space. Excellent. All right. The Brit, I mean, he works so hard on my videos, right? The little things that go bzzz, bzzz, and then he pops up in pictures and all that kind of stuff. I think he's having way too much fun with the channel, but how could you not love that he is so involved with it? And y'all are going, I really like the Brit. Yeah, I do too. So we'll share him in that sense. I mean, he still belongs to me, if anyone can belong to anybody. But anyways, I wanted to make something nice for him. So I am making a sweater for the Brit. First piece of clothing. I think I've made him hats and stuff before, but this is like the first piece of clothing I've ever made for him. And he was a little reticent, you know, because he's just like, I don't know. But I'm digging this. And this is a big stretch for me. It's a big, big stretch. So hold on. Let me show you what I'm doing. So I'm doing this Dapper Dad pullover. And it is by Michelle Moore, she is MJ Off the Hooks Designs, and she's got some great patterns. This is really the first one that I've tried. I've ordered a couple of her patterns. Oh, Lord have mercy. Let me just tell you. So, okay, the good news is the back is done. That was super simple. That was just, so it had the ribbing on the bottom down there. And then it's a little see-through-y, but I think it is what it is. And I'm just doing, it's just half double crochet. So this is the back. It comes in 4 panels, front, back, and then the 2 sleeves. This I was breezy. I'm like, yeah, baby, I got this. I'm like just buzzing through this, right? The front. The front is cables. And I was like, how hard can that be? Huh? Okay, so I'm using this Knit Picks or WeCrochet Swish, which is a worsted weight, and it is 100% fine superwash merino wool. Let me tell y'all, it is so soft. It is so soft. It's a weight of a 4. I got this from WeCrochet, and the Brit picked out the color. It's kind of like a greenish heather. It's called Lost Lake Heather. Yeah, Lost Lake Heather. But it's beautiful. And he doesn't really have a lot of these greens and colors and things like that. And I was like, hey, if he picks the color, I'm all about that. It's a cool looking sweater. I really dig it. So this is what's killing me right here, are these cables. And I'm like, it's kind of cool that you can do cables in crochet. A lot of people think, oh, knitting is really the way to go if you want to get your cables in, your Fair Isle and whatever, all your fancy stitches. But you can do them with crochet. You really can. I mean, like I was able to do, the ribbing here at the bottom, just like you do with knitting. So easy. And I'm getting the cables. I'm getting the cable. So here's what it looks like. If you guys can, it's kind of wonky. It's going to be loose, but that's what the cable looks like. And you just kind of weave it. And, there could be some design elements in here, AKA mistakes, but the Brit's going to love it. It's so tedious. That's the cable right there. So basically you go back and forth, you skip 2 stitches, you do a front post, triple crochet twice. Then you go back and you do the 2, and it kind of does this interchangeable thing. And then you've got some front posts to give you the ribs here, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, people. Anyways, and then I realized this is not a sit in front of the TV and crochet project. No. So I've been sitting over here in the sunlight during the day doing this. And MJ Hooks, or MJ, what is her exact name? So her social media name is MJ Off the Hook Designs, but her real name is Michelle Moore. And she's such a cutie. And she does patterns for WeCrochet and LionBrand and all that kind of stuff. And her patterns are good. I joined her Facebook page because I was like, I'm so lost. It's just the whole twisting and the pattern repeat. I just was tired. And on her Facebook page, she's like, oh, no, check out her videos. I was like, hello, YouTube videos. What was I thinking? I mean, you guys follow me. And I thought, well, okay. And as it turns out, she has a tutorial for this. So I sat down yesterday. Me and Michelle were just like this now. And I did row by row, and I hit and I paused and I did, and it actually worked. I frogged this stupid thing 7 times before I watched the video. So what is a lesson we learn here, people? Always watch the YouTube videos. Always watch the YouTube videos. Hopefully they're good YouTube tutorials. Some people, not so much, myself included. I'm working on the tutorials, but I know they're not quite there yet. So I appreciate y'all for being, patient. My tutorials will get better, but anyways, so I did it. It's coming along. It's working. It's doing its thing. And I'm hoping to have this done before we go on our next trip at the end of June. And I not only did I decide to take on this one, but I'm also deciding to make one for my brother-in-law, who we're going to be traveling with in the UK. That, I'm not sure what I was thinking. I might go a little bit simpler just to get it done fast. We shall see. So that is my current work in progress. This and the chicken. The chicken. So, and then of course, let's jump right in to the Project Welcome Home. Then I've got another project to tell you about in a second. So Project Welcome Home. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, most of you do, but just in case you're new to the channel, welcome. Project Welcome Home is something that I came up with, and maybe it's not original, I don't know, but everybody seems to be really excited about it. I work in an assisted living facility, and I was really starting to have a heart, or continue to have a heart. I've always had a heart for these people that just move into these assisted living facilities. They probably lost all of their independence, their cars, their homes, their spouse, their pets, potentially their families. They're moving into a communal setting where they've been, independent. They lose all of that. And it's a really sad time, and they can be anxious, and they can be upset, and they can be lonely and whatever. So what we're doing is we're making these granny square blankets, lap blankets, and they're going to be, like I think I said 36 by 42. So what I'm asking for is granny squares to be sent to me, and I have now enlisted support and help because I can't do it by myself because y'all are just sending so much, which, hello, these granny squares. So, and Ola Joe, thank you, she said she's going to tell her people about it, and if anybody else is watching Zelda, or even, hello, Bag of Day Crochet, or Crystal, or Juan the Yarn Addict, or even Cinnamon Stitches Jennifer, if y'all are watching, first of all, thank you so much for watching. And B, I'm looking for granny squares. We are looking for granny squares. They're coming in like hotcakes. And I am making these guys. So and I'm just going with the first ones that I receive, and I'm just going in that order. So you're going like, well, when are you going to do mine? I'm just putting in, what I received. That's all. So I'm working on this one. It's almost done. I'm going to find this. Where's this yarn connected to? Oh, it's up there. This one I'm digging. I love the way that this is coming out, and it's going to be perfect for a gentleman, or, it's coming out. It's looking very, stately. That's not really the word I'm looking for. Elegant. Elegant could be the word I'm looking for. I love it, right? This came in from Dom. I forgot where she lives, but so these are almost done. So I am sewing them together. They come in squares, individual squares. The squares are, I think we figured out they're like 6 inches square, ideally. Now, if you're going to send in small ones, I will make it work. People are like, no, you should tell them exactly. Okay, if you really want to be exact, 6-inch squares, acrylic, 100% acrylic, Red Heart Super Saver, Karen's, the Big Twist, whatever you want to do. But I don't want people to go out and spend money on, so I'm just like, oh, whatever you want, I'll make it work. But if you want to make my life super easy, then yes, that's what we're doing. So this person made these with my Nemesis yarn, which is the Red Heart all-in-one granny square. And if y'all saw that I did a video, I was like, I cannot figure this out. She did an amazing job. She sent in so many, and they're perfect. I was like, all right, I'm stepping outside my comfort zone. If you can make it work, so can I. So I had to go to Joann's, and I had to get 2 skeins. So I got the 2 skeins that she got, 1 of each. And I'm going to have to put these together. I'm going to finish sewing together the squares that I have, and then I'm going to make up squares to add on to the others. And it's, now Joann's is the only one that carries this. Amazon now has it. But it's okay. And Yarnspirations has it as well, obviously. Yeah, so I had to go to Joann's and buy yarn. Shocking. The Brit has said, as long as the yarn comes in and goes out, I don't care. So we had to have a little clarification talk about that, because we had some dinner with friends last night, and I wore a granny square cardigan that I had made. And it was kind of like a duster, and I put a fur collar on it. I was pretty proud of it. I showed it on this channel when I was working on it. And then I even posted a picture on our Facebook page because I was pretty proud of it. And our friend said, well, technically she made that, and then it left the house because we went to dinner in it. I was like, yes. He's like, no. Because the caveat is it came back into the house at the end of the night. His ruling, whatever. Let's just make him feel good that he, is the man of the house. Can't wait to see what he does with that one. That, he says, no, it has to come in the house and it has to leave the house and not return to the house. I'm like, that's a big ask, friend. That's a big ask. Anyhow, so he doesn't mind that I'm buying the yarn for these projects because I'm making the granny squares and then they're leaving the house and they're not coming back. And I get that. We'll see. All right, so if you would like to contribute to the Project Welcome Home, first of all, thank you so much. I'm just looking for scraps, you know, grannies. Like if you finish a project, you got some extra yarn left behind, whatever, that's what I'm looking for. But I'll include the link below or the address below that you can send these to. So, you know, send away. My mother is now helping out. She's making one of the blankets, so I send her the stuff and she's sort of sewing them together. She might even take it to her crafting group and then have them help with it as well. So we got support on this end. People are saying, can I send cards? Yes, absolutely. If you want to send cards to go with the blankets, or someone was asking about Christmas cards, yes, absolutely, of course. You can just send them to me, and then I will include the card. If you sent a card and granny squares, that card's going with those granny squares. When the person gets the granny square blanket, they'll see who it came from and then all the sentiment. Like, I'm just the deliverer. You guys are the magic. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. The other thing that I am working on, and I'm actually pretty excited. Oh no. Before, I don't want to show you that. No. What I want to do is I want to show you the granny squares that I currently got that I haven't opened yet for Project Welcome Home. Then we'll get on to something new. Let's stick with the same project, y'all. Okay. So we got 2 packages. I'm getting like 5 or 6 a week-ish. It's going pretty amazing. So this one came in from Debbie Ishmack from Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Elizabethtown, that's like that movie. That was a great movie if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's called Elizabethtown, if you're wondering. And I love the flamingo wrapping. Isn't that adorable? I love that. So thank you, Deborah. So let's go ahead and see what is inside. All right, here we go. And they're wrapped in a plastic bag. Thank you very much for doing that. Okay, and there is a little note. And I appreciate the notes because that tells me, like, you know, if you tell me what yarn that you used, if I need to go and get more, I know what we're working with. So this is from Deborah. Deborah says, Dear Kimberly, I just found your channel and saw a podcast where you asked for squares for your Welcome Home project and decided to send you some squares to help in your effort for such a worthy cause. There will be more coming throughout the summer. Love and support, Deborah Ishmael. Thank you, Deborah. And if you're watching, thank you. Yay. So let's take a look and see what she sent in. I love the individuality. I even had some granny squares that were hexagons, and I was like, that's beautiful. I can make those into circles. I can make this work. Okay, so these are, oh, look at that. I love that. That's got some really pretty bubbles going on. I love that. And I like that it's the brown really kind of makes it like understated and elegant. Oh, this is, I'm going to call this a chrysanthemum. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that really beautiful? Oh my goodness, y'all. It's like Christmas every day for me. Oh, nice. All different sizes. Do you know, this is one of my favorite granny squares. It is so simple, 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 but I love it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be making a blanket with my Happy Yarn that I got from Tony Lipsy, and I'm just making them like this. I love this stitch. It is as basic, but it just, to me, it's so clean. This is like a beautiful lilac color. This is sort of a cream, kind of an oyster color. Love those. Ah, this is beautiful. This has got some front post double crochets going on. Love that. You guys, I just love the creativity, the individuality, the design is just beautiful. Oh, nice. This one's got like the colors that go out, that design out. Love that. So these are all the same size, so these can go together. But what I can do is, you know, I can kind of make the larger ones and then fit them in with the smaller ones. And, you know, some of these granny squares are going to be married with other granny squares. So it's going to be like a collaborative effort. Maybe I'm going to have 2 or 3 people putting in granny squares together. Ooh, this one's nice. This is a different yarn. That's pretty. That's beautiful. Okay, and then these 2 little guys, love those. So 4 of these would equal one of the big ones. So that's fine too, because then all I got to do is just put 4 of them together. That's fine. This is beautiful too. Look at that. Love that. I love these muted colors. That's beautiful. See what I'm talking about? This is so, oh, I love this color. That seafoam green. Love that. All different colors, all different sizes. Nice. This one has, what stitch is that? Is that like a fan stitch? Kind of a fan stitch. It's not really a basket weave. That's really cool. I don't know exactly what that stitch is, but I like it. And it's not a lemon peel. I love it. Okay. I showed you those. Here's another, I'm going to call it a chrysanthemum. It's beautiful. Love that it's giving that 3D design. Actually, that's kind of cool. When the flowers, they kind of pop like that. Ooh, love those. So these are chrysanthemums. I'm calling them chrysanthemums. Okay. So these all go together. And what I could do is even make them like, you know, make a statement like in the center of a blanket. Like that, kind of put them together, you know, like that. And then, yeah, and then build around it. And then here's some more. Here's this gorgeous stitch. Deborah, if you're watching, what is this stitch? Or anybody else, tell me what this is. Yeah, it's so cool because it kind of alternates. I love that. I love that. And then here's the cute little, these little guys. Thank you, Deborah. These are amazing. Love them. Love them, love them. And I can tell this is a, except for the one that was a little different. I think this is just an acrylic, like a red heart is what it feels like. Super Saver kind of a thing. Perfect. Love it. All right. Next one comes in. Oh, it says, thank you for doing this. You're welcome. Thank you guys for doing this. This comes to us from Wells in Fairbanks, Alaska. Woo! That might be the farthest away. I've been to Fairbanks. It's lovely. That might be the farthest away. I don't know Wells. It just says Wells, but thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. I love that you did this. I really love that you did this. She included the yarn label. So if I need to make more, that's super helpful. So she used loops and threads. Soft Classic. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is Sage. So I'm assuming that's this color. Love that. Love these. Oh my goodness. Look at this. The baby blues coming in. And the baby blues, the Kelly greens, the pinks. Isn't this fun, y'all? And everyone seems to be like really excited joining in. People are like, I've never done a granny square. I'm a newbie. I did a granny square tutorial. You can check that out here. Granny squares are one of the easiest things, I think, that you can do. And because it's basically just like single and double crochet. And you just go around and around and around and around. It's a great way to learn and hone in on your craft. And then you can make anything. You can make blankets. You can make, this can be a coaster or a trivet or a sweater or a scarf. You can actually make cool stuff. Oh, there's a card. Let me open the card. All right. Sending caring prayers. Oh, isn't that sweet? She says, let us encourage one another. A warm lap blanket to cheer you and to let you know someone cares about you. Jeannie. That's so sweet. So this is going with the blanket. Jeannie, I'm keeping this with the blanket. I apologize for opening it, but that's okay. I'll just put a little bit of tape on it. Will you just, actually she just sealed it here. I can seal it around the sides. So this is Jeannie and all these squares. There's a lot of squares here, Jeannie. This might be just about enough to finish the blanket. And if I need any extras, I'll know where to go and get, look at all those. Look at that. I love these colors. They're muted. Muted kind of, it kind of reminds me of summer. Love these. Oh my gosh, you sent in a lot. I love this. Thank you from Fairbanks, Alaska. This is amazing. These people are going to be so, I think, chuffed, so excited, so surprised when they get these blankets. They're going to be like, who would think of doing that? Look at that. All of those. Aren't they great? And that is the size, ideally. Ideally, this is the size that I'm looking for. You don't have to go crazy. You know, do what you can, please, and thank you. But if you'd like to, these are the right size. So, and if I need more, this feels to me the same yarn that Deborah used. And so I might actually put these together. That could be a wonderful thing. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So these came in. Keep sending them in. People are like, how long do you need them for? I am putting them together until the end of the year, until I'm hoping to have all the blankets together that I need by November. And then I'm going to, so I'm assembling them as we go along, and I'm going to present all the blankets at once to the assisted living facility in the month of December so that she can give them, and she being the life enrichment director that I work with, she can give them to them in the following year. They get about, she said 1 to 2 residents a month. So that means we probably need like, 10 to 20 blankets per year. I think we're definitely going to get that in time for sure. And if not, we'll add some more into it. But my dream is to just keep moving forward with this. And so like, just keep sending in the blankets. Don't worry about the deadline because that's only for this year. And then I will start it up again next year. And we'll just keep on going through it because, these people keep coming into these assisted living facilities. And if I end up having a plethora, there's a lot of other assisted living facilities that are around. I just really want to focus on this population of people who are kind of the forgotten ones. That's what we're doing. So, thank you very much, Jeannie. Jeannie. I'm going to say Jeannie. If it's Janine or Jean, I apologize, but I'm going with Jeannie. So thank you, Jeannie, very much. All right. So what else is Kimberly doing? Well, I saw Tony Lipsy of TL Yarn Crafts was talking about destashing and taking out her stash and getting rid of it and stuff like that. And she came up, she found this charity that I hadn't heard of before. I was like, what a cool idea. So it is called, and I talked about this a couple weeks ago, it's called Knitted Knockers. I love the name. It's from a woman named Patty out of Bellingham, Washington. And Patty, the story is that she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And she thought that she'd be able to get like the reconstruction right away. Well, it turns out you don't. You have to wait like 6 to 8 weeks, sometimes longer. You have to wait for the healing process. And then they have prosthetics that they wear in the meantime. But the prosthetics are like a silicone. They can be sticky. They can be uncomfortable. They can be hot. And they're not really a wonderful thing. And I do believe that they're probably expensive. So Patty's doctor said, do you knit or do you crochet? And she's like, yeah, in fact, I do. And he goes, here. And he had this pattern. And she ended up giving it to a friend of hers who made her the very first knitted knocker and just knocked him out. No pun intended. Anyways, and so that's what we're doing. So check this out. This is what I am doing. Now, this is a knitted one. If you go to their website, and all the information is going to be in the notes, in the show notes, they have a crochet pattern and they also have a knitted pattern. And then basically the only caveat is they want you to use their patterns and the yarns that they suggest. And they have an approved list of yarns, which I printed out. So this here, so if you have this in your stash, but you also want the colors too. Like you don't want to be using crazy colors. You want it to be elegant and understated and comfort. So they have Baroque or Barocco, Cascade Yarn, Circulo, Cloudborn, Ella Ray, Fair Isle, LionBrand, all of that stuff. I did have some LionBrand. And what were they called? Haiku, Katia, Paintbox. Paintbox is a great one. Where's the LionBrand on here? There it is. Kubu and Nubu. Well, I do have I have both Kubu and Nubu, but the Kubu is like bright oranges and not appropriate colors. But I did have some Nubu. And I was happy. I was like, dude, I can do this. So, because I'm trying to burn through my stash, so I happen to have like 3 skeins of this. I think I've got another skein laying around somewhere that I saw. So I'm starting with these guys, and they also have them for women, like for swimmers, right? And then they also have some yarns that are good for swimmers. So if you want to do that, so I am making these. So here's the Kobu yarn. Now I actually might have that color now that I'm looking at it. I think I do. And this is the crocheted knockers, but there's also a knitted knockers pattern as well. And it tells you everything you need. And then I said, you know what, not only that, sorry, it's going to be crinkly noise. I'm going to be like a drop-off location. Now, I am not asking you guys to make these and send them to me. I'm not asking you to do that. The granny squares are more than enough. Thank you very much. But what I'm doing is you can actually contact company if you want to do these, and then you can send them. And what you do is you send them, they warehouse, they have a, one facility, and then they send them out as needed. There didn't happen to be anybody in San Diego, which I was shocked at. So I'm going to be like a collection point here for San Diego. And then, I'll send them off there. And then I'm also going to be an adoption site. So I'm going to be working with the local hospital that I work with, and get them set up so when they start, because they have a breast cancer center, and so when they need them, I will be their conduit and I will bring them to them. So that's what I'm doing. But they have these great little business cards that I can pass out, and they have these really great brochures that are also written in Spanish. So, I mean, what a great cause. And, what a great way to use up some of your spare yarn, if you have any spare yarn. So this is a crocheted, nice. Okay, I didn't actually go through this whole package. This is the crocheted pattern, and it gives you the pattern right here inside. Love that. And here is the knitted pattern. So I'm keeping each one of these, but I could pass these out to like my local support groups and things like that. It's just, I think it's a great cause. And so it's got all the information here on the front. So I'll include this. Patty is the one who started the whole company, but I'm going to include this, and I got a little sticker that I could put on my water bottle or something like that. So I'm actually going to try to kick this off, maybe even doing like during Knit in Public Week. That would be great. So that's something that I'm working on as well as everything else. And then here's just some information. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to go meet with my local cancer center tomorrow or this week for sure, and introduce myself, give them the information, get them signed up as a disbursement center, and then we'll go from there. So I'll keep talking about these. If you guys want any more information, or comment below if you're doing these already, if you know about these. But, if not, welcome, right? I mean, I know so many people do stuff for cancer survivors. We make hats, and we do the NICU babies, and all of those are very, very worthwhile, worthy causes. But my seniors, my assisted living seniors, and then this is a little bit more niche, and this is something that I hadn't thought about. And it's beautiful. It's really nice and soft. Isn't that nice? And then you just basically stuff it with fiber fill to give you all the information and all the dimensions and things like that. And then you just, put the little nipple on, and then it just fits right in there. And you can make them in different sizes. They have all the information in the cart. So that's what I'm doing this week. So, like I said, a lot to talk about this week. I'm going to be doing some tutorials that you guys will see on making some beach bags. And more granny squares and tutorials and things like that. But you all were crazy about the beach bag that I made with the Premier Fable yarn. So I got some more Fable yarn. We're going to go ahead and do a tutorial on that this week. But that's all I've got for right now. Thank you. Like I said, if you are new here, I hope you enjoy this channel. There's a lot of videos. So, watch the current stuff, but then go back into the archives and take a look and see all the other stuff. See how far we've grown. See how my hair has grown. It used to be like super, super, super short, like here. Yeah. And then I decided to let it grow out. I like it. If you don't, that's okay. But I like it a little bit longer. We do tutorials. We do product reviews. We do unboxings. And we have fun. So we do lives, and then we do all these things. So please join us. Share us with your friends. If you just stumbled upon this channel, tell other people that we're out here. We are this close to 3,000 subscribers. I think we'll hit 3,000 subscribers in the next week or two. And that's huge. I never, ever could imagine that many people would be interested in what I have to do. But there you go. So, and also go ahead and join our Facebook page, Kimberly with Knit for Brains, same name. We're doing whips. We've got, projects. You can show projects that you've got going on. I'm also starting to write my own patterns, and I'm posting them there. So if somebody wants to be a tester, you want to try out the pattern and test it before I publish it, please do it. I'm just putting it out there for anybody that wants to give it a test. I'm not like officially looking for testers, but I'll put the pattern out and say, please test it and let me know what you think. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Once again, this is Kimberly with Knit for Brains. Welcome to my channel. And as always, I'll see you soon.